What's up, my friends? Brendan from Market Makers. Bitcoin meet Wyckoff. Everybody's been asking for this video. My friends, I'm going to show you the bullish and the bearish scenarios with Wyckoff when applied to Bitcoin. Okay, we're going to focus on the Wyckoff price cycle. It's four-phase price cycle. I'm not going to grab a fractal or a schematic from Wyckoff and try to overlay it. I think that's a huge mistake. There's thousands of charts on TradingView. There's tons of YouTubers that have done it. The volatility is so different in Bitcoin than the stock market almost 100 years ago, okay? But the price cycle is key. The price cycle is the guideline, the template for how you can decipher the patterns at play with the asset that you're tracking. Let's jump right into this, my friends. First, let's go over the four phases. Wyckoff had four phases in his Wyckoff method, the Wyckoff price cycle. We have accumulation at the bottom, markup, and then distribution and markdown. Those are the four key phases. Within those phases, you have other things like reaccumulation, up thrust, down thrust. So let's cover this really quickly. I want to show you how Bitcoin is tracking to the Wyckoff price cycle, okay? I put everything in boxes for you to make this easy. Some people in my group are going to say I'm using Darvis boxes, but let me show you this. So accumulation, this is not a point of contention. This is when Bitcoin's being bought up, okay? Markup, that's the price ascension. Here's your up thrust spring that Wyckoff would identify. We have a reaccumulation phase here in Bitcoin, and then an up thrust spring, and to our distribution phase. I don't think anybody can argue about this first leg of Bitcoin. It's very clear because it's in the past. We're Monday morning quarterbacking this, okay? Here's your previous all-time high of almost 65K, and then the eventual markdown, which you have a spring here, a down thrust, and then you are back into an accumulation phase, okay? Then you have your markup, then you have your reaccumulation once again, the pattern Bitcoin's following, your up thrust spring, distribution box. Now let's go over this because this is the part that's going to upset all the people on YouTube. The distribution box. That means we're going back down. There's bullish and bearish news here. We need to unpack this, okay? Let's look at this rationally, not emotionally, so you can understand the upside and potential downside for Bitcoin in this price cycle using this methodology. Bitcoin has been following this to the T. You have accumulation. You have your price ascension, reaccumulation, distribution. This happened. We did drop down, okay? May 12th, we dropped down. We hit a low of 28,790. This is our reaccumulation phase down here, okay? So this became the new accumulation of phase one again. And then we marked up to a reaccumulation. You can see how these are tracking perfectly. Look at this. Accumulation, reaccumulation, accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, distribution. So we know there's another box coming, my friends. Another box will come. This box, if Bitcoin follows this pattern, here's one of the key takeaways that you need to understand here. We use our current accumulation box on support of our reaccumulation box. You see this? This accumulation box is higher than this accumulation box. It is being supported by this reaccumulation box. This would just be termed support. That's something you really need to understand. So we use the previous reaccumulation box for our current accumulation. Here is our current reaccumulation box. That means this box will be in the same grid area as the reaccumulation box, okay? This is a very bullish thing because price will descend into this box and consolidate. Now, price can come out of this and go up, or price can break down and go down, okay? That's the two options Bitcoin would have. But this act of itself here of coming down off these highs is going to be a very bullish thing if you can hold this box. Now, where is this box? Well, let's look at the previous price ranges. 41,754 up to 52-ish, 53-ish, okay? 10, 11,000 point range in this box. Did I not give you a pattern yesterday that has us going to 42, 43K? And it's a bullish pattern, okay? That is very bullish news, my friends. Let's go look at that really quickly and we'll come back to this chart. Currently, we're trading in a black swan. It's dropped the market 20%. A white swan formed. This black swan is huge. It was huge. It's 72 candles, daily candles. This is a daily time frame. The white swan is over 160 candles, okay? It is nearly 6 months of trading data. This pattern is going to happen. You guys have probably seen Cointelegraph. You've probably seen the other YouTubers talking about, I think 53, 54 is a key support range. I've given you that based off this pitchfork for over 2 weeks because it's the 0.5 line in the fib, and we have bullish patterns there as well. Look at this is a descending line. Look at this, 52, 53. Bitcoin's going to get its next bounce off that range. It's going to hit this 0.5 fib, and it's going to get a bounce. How high up? I don't know. It's not going to break the all-time high most likely, okay? What it's going to do is come up and then start coming back down. And when it starts coming back down, the PRZ of this bullish pattern is 42,951. Not a coincidence, this consolidation box starts in the low 40s. You're going to be landing in this consolidation box. Again, a very bullish thing, especially considering you have a bullish pattern, okay? So let's go back to the pattern. Once we get to this PRZ, you're going to see price come back up. How high up will it go? Well, let's pull out a fib and look at some potential targets, okay? This is one thing we need to do. Here's our fib. I'll grab my targets. Let's see where we can go. So Bitcoin, if it wants to make new highs, has to break the previous all-time high. Then your targets are 72.5, 76.237 is your 1272, and the golden ratio, the 1618, is 85.281. 85,281 Bitcoin, okay? That's at the 1618 of this bullish pattern, which would require a lot of money, a lot of momentum, and a lot of macro things to go very, very well, my friends. By macro things, what do I mean? Things like the DXY needs to stop going on an absolute tear, making yet again more new highs for the year. If the DXY, look at this, it's using my pitchfork as support. Now, it broke right through the top of the pitchfork, pumped right through the pivot point, which is a fib circle, is now resting on the pitchfork. If this thing keeps going up, look at this ascension. It's absolutely parabolic. Bitcoin is going to have the cards stacked against it to rise, okay? The macro markets matter because the hedge funds, the institutions, the billionaires, and the multimillionaires invest in these markets. A lot of people are going to cash. They're exiting positions. The first quarter next year for the markets looks very bearish. It's the beginning of a very bearish time for the macro markets. So Bitcoin has some things going for it, one of which is the fact that it does have this super bullish pattern that can pump it up, but it needs to break new all-time highs. And again, your next level support down there at 53K, and people are just now starting to give you that on YouTube, okay? And then we're coming down to 42,951. Let's go back to Wyckoff. Here's our 40K box area, okay? 40 to 50K box area. So if we do pump up from there, you can see this is a very bullish thing that Bitcoin could do. And let me show you why. Let me shrink this down some. Pull this over. We're going to continue this pattern. Accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution. Accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution. If this is the new accumulation box, then that means, my friends, what does this mean? We got to throw a couple boxes down. And that means your next series could look like this. This would be accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, new all-time highs. That's the bullish scenario, okay? This is the pattern that Bitcoin is following. We're looking at this particular asset using the Wyckoff price methodology, okay? So knowing that, my friends, there's a couple other things that I want to talk about with you. The geniuses of technical analysis all live roughly the same time period. I'm talking about Dow. I'm talking about Wyckoff. Gann, who was a mathematician, he believed all the market could be solved with math. That's how you get Gann square 9, Gann wheel, Gann waves. Genius mathematician. I'm talking about Gartley, who understood what price moves in waves and patterns. Okay, and then Elliott Wave came along, same thing. Darvis came along, same thing, volatility boxes, Darvis boxes. So we're looking at this, and I always look for symmetry in the marketplace because patterns repeat themselves. That's the whole point of pattern trading. You have your 3-box repetition, accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution. Something else is very interesting. If you grab the ruler from your low here, let's see if I can do this with the box, from your low up to your high of this box, you're at 141, 42%. It's pretty close. I don't have the magnet on. So 141, 145%, something like that. right? So let's look at that. That's from the reaccumulation box. Now, if we grab it from the low of our accumulation box to the current high, 137, 138%. You're within 3 to 5% of each other. Do you see the symmetry in the marketplace? This is almost the same exact move. From here to your high, from here to your high, from your low to your high, low to your high, it's almost the same exact measured move. Again, more symmetry, more confirmation, your next box is down, okay? People want to argue this could be an accumulation box. Could be. It would totally break the pattern. It wouldn't fit with the Wyckoff methodology, and it would break the pattern that Bitcoin is currently presenting, okay? I'm a big believer in current pattern. I don't believe in grabbing something from 2013 and saying 400K Bitcoin. That's not the same marketplace. It's not the same macro market conditions. So what I want to see happen here, Bitcoin come down and test this area, hold it as support. If it holds it as support, you're going to have Bitcoin go up. And again, looking at the daily pattern, another key thing I want to show you here, symmetry in the marketplace, my friends. Let me show you one more thing. See the PRZ here, 42,951? Always looking for symmetry, always looking for patterns. Let's grab our targets from the Black Swan, which nobody else on YouTube has, as the reason the market's dropping. They're all drawing trend lines and things and trying to figure out what's happening in the market. Look at the 1618 of the Black Swan, 42,978. The PRZ of the White Swan, 42,951. Again, it's just more symmetry in the marketplace. Now you're saying, Brendan, wow, you sound kind of bullish, you know? I mean, other than the fact that the macro market conditions aren't healthy, this sounds really bullish. Price will come down, is what you're saying, to 42,951, but we could be going up to 85K. Yes, we could. So let me give you the bearish side, okay? The bearish side, we need to pull out to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, we are trading in a bullish Navarro. We already lost the median line, the heart line of the pitchfork. You can see this is a weekly pattern, and we are sitting below it, okay? If you continue to decline, if you do not hold this box in consolidation and move up, you're going to continue to decline. And as you continue to decline, you're going to have your reflection points where you bounce up and down, reflection points where you bounce up and down. As you can see, price moves in waves. But your target down here is 10,871. At that point, the bull run is over. If the White Swan cannot get you up high enough to break your previous highs, you're going to be making a series of lower highs as the market descends, and this is your target, 10,871, at which point price will reverse and go back up, okay? And that's the end of the bull run. So this next box, the next move Bitcoin makes from distribution to markdown to accumulation, because remember, this is going to be our accumulation box. It was our reaccumulation. It'll become our new accumulation box, which was down here. This has to be held. There has to be buying here. And if there is, you're going to have some higher Bitcoin prices. If there's not, you're going down and the market's falling apart. What do I personally think? I think you guys should check out our room if you like this type of TA, my friends, because nobody on YouTube's doing the TA the way we do it. Nobody's showing you patterns, fib patterns. Nobody's giving you trade signals the way we are doing it. We have multiple trades going. That one pattern alone, the Black Swan, has dropped the market 20%. We've provided multiple entries with smaller time frames on smaller patterns, and we capitalize on these moves, shorts and longs, my friends. Check us out. Click the Discord link in the video description. Come try us out. No risk, no obligation, full refund the first week if you are not happy. And guys, I think you'll love the room. Hope you enjoyed this video. Happy trading and happy Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow here in the US. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.